Hello and good morning, dear students. Today in the series of the pronoun we are going to learn interrogatives, emphatic and the reflexive pronouns. So as you all know children, interrogative means questions. When somebody or someone asks a question to somebody else, we call it interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are nothing but the question words. Let us see the definition. Pronouns which are used to ask questions. The pronouns which ask questions, the words which are used in place of nouns and they are used to ask questions, they are called interrogative pronouns. For example, I asked who was speaking. You can say I is also a pronoun. Yes, I is a pronoun, but it is a personal pronoun. Here we are focusing on interrogative pronouns only. Interrogative means the question words. We have to search question words in the sentences. Like who. I asked who was speaking. You can say there is no question mark. It is not a question. No. But it is an indirect question. I asked who was speaking. If you focus on this portion only, who was speaking, you can see that it is a question. So here you can call it is an indirect question. Who is an interrogative pronoun. Whom do you want? Whom do you want? You can clearly see these other two examples, they are carrying a question mark at the end. They are clear questions. So here whom do you want? Whom word is the interrogative pronoun. What is the matter? What? Again you can see this word what. It starts a question. Okay, it is used in a question. So what is nothing but an interrogative pronoun. Children, here you might be confused between the relatives and the interrogatives. Like you can say relative pronouns are also the same. But no, there is a clear difference. No need to get confused. What we have seen, relative pronouns express some relation to the noun which comes before it. That is called its antecedent. But here see, there is no noun before it. Okay, immediately before this pronoun, there is no noun. It is second clue is that to find out whether it is an interrogative or a relative is that it starts a question. It follows a question. So, who here is not a relative but it is an interrogative pronoun. Same way here. Whom do you want? Can you see a noun before it? No. It is second thing. It is a question. It is used. Whom is used in a question. So, it is an interrogative. Third one. What is the matter? There is no noun before it, no antecedent to follow, no relation is shown by what word. But it introduces a question. So it is an interrogative pronoun. Clear? Now we will see the use of some common interrogative pronouns, how and when they are used. Like who is used for persons only, not for any animal, not for anything. Similarly, whom is also used generally for persons. Which interrogative pronoun is used for persons and things both. Sometimes we can use it for human beings also. Otherwise, maximum cases it is used for things only. What is used for? Only the things. It is not used for human beings, animals, etc. It is used only for things. So here finishes our topic interrogative pronoun. Next, we are going to deal with another type of pronoun, that is reflexive. Next is reflexive pronoun. Before stating its definition, I would like to brief you something. Yes, you know we have certain words like self or selves. Yes, these words or suffixes, when they are added to certain words or other pronouns, they will form compound personal pronouns like my, your, their, are. These are what? These are pronouns. And when we add self or selves with them, my, self, your, selves, their, them. Okay? We will make it accusative case. Themselves, ourselves. When the pronoun is plural, we will add ourselves, and when it is singular, we will add self. So, in such type of pronouns, when you add self or selves, they become compound personal pronouns. Compound personal pronouns. Okay. So, such type of compound personal pronouns, they are used in the reflexive. I'll tell you how. Now the definition, how will you frame the definition of it? The compound reflexive personal pronouns, they act as the object of the verb. They act as the object of the verb. I'll explain you through some examples like I hurt myself. I hurt myself. See this word myself. Myself pronoun here does not lay emphasis on I subject. It acts as an object hurt. Hurt is an object, means to hurt someone, get a wound, okay, get some injury. Now myself is acting as an object of the verb hurt. So here it is reflexive pronoun. Okay. Second is she cooked herself. Here you can say herself's focus is not on she, but it is acting as an object of cooked. Cooked is a verb. So here also it is a reflexive pronoun. So what can you say about reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronouns are nothing but the pronouns which act as the object of verbs. They act as object of verbs, and the action done turns back upon the subject only. The action done turns back upon the subject. Okay. Here these pronouns, they act as the object of a verb, I have explained you, and the action done turns back upon the subject. I will show you again with the same example. They played themselves, means nobody taught them how to play. They played themselves. You can see here played is the verb, themselves is the object. It is a pronoun acting as an object. So here action done turns back upon the subject. Themselves is stating for they. Themselves is related to they. They played themselves, means themselves has some relation to they. So it is reflexive pronoun. Clear? Such type of pronouns are reflexive pronouns. Now another one is emphatic. A very good confusion between emphatic and reflexive. Emphatic pronoun. They also carry these self or selves word. They are also including the compound personal pronouns. So there is quite a clear confusion. But if you understand them clearly, you will not be confused at all. See here, emphatic pronouns are those pronouns which lay emphasis. Emphasis means a stress or focus on the subject itself. On the subject itself. Means those compound personal pronouns. Here pronouns means not any pronouns. The word pronoun which is having the suffix self or selves. Those personal pronouns, compound personal pronouns you can say, if they lay emphasis on the subject. If they pay more stress on the subject, they are called emphatic. Emphatic. The word emphasis is converted into emphatic. So, if they lay emphasis on the subject, I'll make it clear. Example, I myself did my homework. Okay, look at this sentence. Another way of spelling it, I did my homework myself. There is quite a clear difference between the two. You can see, look here. One is emphatic and one is reflexive. How to find out? Very clear. I have told you reflexive person pronouns, they act as an object of the verb, and these, they lay emphasis on the subject. Look here, I myself did my homework. If you separate the sentence from here, myself is focusing, laying stress on I. Who did my homework? I myself. Is there any need to say myself? No, there is no need to say myself word again. If I say I did my homework, things will be quite clear. Who did my homework? I. But myself word is laying more stress upon the subject that nobody else other than me did the homework. So here myself word is what? Emphatic. It is laying emphasis on the subject. Unnecessarily we are adding this word to put more focus, more stress on I, on the subject. Clear? Here I did my homework myself. Here myself is the object of the verb did. Okay, here myself, no doubt it is related to I, but here it is acting as an object of the verb did, indirect object. I did my homework myself. How I did my homework? Myself. So the action of doing is taken place myself. So here it is what? Before this what we have seen? Reflexive pronoun. Clear? So there is quite clear difference. No need to get confused. So here we finish our 3 topics. Next 3 topics, interrogative, emphatic and reflexive. In the next we are going to see demonstrative, indefinite, distributive and the reciprocal pronouns. Thank you.